Hey everyone, it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and today I have a review for you, and it is on the Too Faced Natural Face Kit. Here is the outside of the box without blinding you with the glare, and here is the actual kit itself. And it has the traditional, it's kind of like the box. I love the Too Faced box. And you open it up, and here is the kit complete with mirror. And then, as with all the kits, it comes with these 3 look cards. So what I'm going to do in this video is go over what the product does and what I think of it, and alongside that I'm going to give you swatches, and I actually did these looks and I took pictures, and so I'll show you how they perform, what I think of them, if they're actually that wearable, give you kind of an overall idea of what this kit is about. So first let's go over what you get in the kit. You get a bronzer, or they call it a bronzing veil here. You get a powder blush, which is a peach color with a gold sheen to it. You get a cream blush, which is I guess it dries matte. It dries like a powder, and so there is no sheen to it, and it's this peachy kind of nude color. And then over here on this side you get 3 different products. This one is an illuminator, this is a brightener, and this is a concealer. And the distinction between these two, I'm not sure if it's the formula. They feel the same to me, but the concealer is obviously for concealing, and then they use the lighter color, or the, what do they call it? The brightener as kind of a reverse contour. They use the bronzer to contour things, and they use the brightener to really bring things out, kind of like an illuminator, but without the sheen of illuminator. Overall, I'd say the palette is really neutral. It's going to be great for both warm and cool skin tones, but unfortunately, as you can see from the concealer and the brightener, and really just from how light these colors are, it's only going to be good for, you know, shades up to medium, maybe a little bit past medium. So that is one downside to it. But for those thinking this might be for them, let me go into a little bit about the shades and the consistency and all that good stuff. The first thing here is the bronzing veil, and it really reminds me of NARS's Laguna in that there's a very subtle gold shimmer, but it's not at all overwhelming. You can put it all over your face and not look like a disco ball, or you could use it to contour and it wouldn't be so noticeable. It's not completely matte though. The next thing in the box are the blushes right here, and starting with the powder one, I gotta say it reminds me a lot of Orgasm. It's probably a little less pink, more peach than Orgasm, but it definitely has that gold undertones, and together, both these two, it definitely looks like the duo I have. I can't find mine, otherwise I'd show you for comparison, but it definitely reminds me of that NARS duo. So both are very useful. Like the peach blush is so flattering and you can build it to make it noticeable, or you can put it on and it just gives you this really healthy natural glow to your cheeks because it's peach. It's really just natural looking, not overwhelmingly pink or overwhelmingly orange, just really neutral and natural looking. The next thing, the cream blush right here, really surprised me. I absolutely love it, but I don't know if I had my expectations for cream blushes too high in the past, but I just found that I was really kind of disappointed a lot by cream blushes. Because they were either too chalky, too cakey, they didn't blend out well, they didn't have a nice consistency. This is amazing. It blends in naturally into the skin, and I mean the shade itself for being this palette it's very complementary to the rest of the colors, as well as just being in general a complementary shade. It has brown undertones, but it's peach. And another thing that was really important to me was that some of these look cards have you using both the either both these blushes together or the cream blush and the powder bronzer, and sometimes I find that if I use both a cream and powder product, the textures don't go well together, and the cream product will smear the powder product around, and so you'll end up with this like smudgy, streaky mess all over your face. That's not the case at all with this. It blends in beautifully, and it's just, I mean, I'll show you the pictures once I do the cards, but it's just, it was a dream. I'm actually thinking of getting some of the other Too Faced cream blushes because if they're all like this consistency, it's just wonderful. The concealer's nice. It's not a stellar concealer by any means, but it does do the job. If this is the only thing you're taking with you on a vacation or the only thing you have, period, it'll do the job as a concealer for both under eye circles and all over spot correcting. It's nice for that. The nice thing about this palette is, though, that if you find this concealer is too dark, you can go down here to what they call the brightener, because they really have the same consistency. I couldn't tell the difference, and you can use that as your concealer instead. So you do have a little bit of versatility in the shades that they provide for as far as concealer goes in this. But overall, the consistency of both the concealer and the brightener were very nice. They weren't too thick, but they could cover under eye circles and blemishes. They didn't cake, they didn't sink into lines. They just overall had a great texture. But I would say they are medium coverage. They're definitely not heavy coverage. And the last thing is the Illuminator, and once again, it's just the texture for being a cream product is so nice. I didn't find that it was smudging around the powder product I had laid down before. It worked really well with the other textures in the palette. It worked well with the other colors in the palette. I will say the texture is a bit gritty. It's not the smoothest illuminator I've ever stuck my finger in. And even though it looks like it has chunkier sparkles in the pan, it really doesn't. When it's on your skin, you can't tell that there is any sort of chunk or sparkle on your face. It just doesn't show up like that. Although it does, like I said, feel a little gritty. As far as colors go, it is in a nude-based cream, but then the sparkly fleck things kind of look goldy and pink. They have a pink undertone. So that might be something you want to think about if you have one preference towards yellow-leaning illuminators or pink yellow-leaning illuminators or white-leaning. I don't know what you prefer, but that's what it is, just so you know. Now onto the look cards. This is something that Too Faced does in all of their kind of boxed sets, is they give you these pre-arranged looks, and I love that for days when you are just thinking, I don't know what to do, I need to get out the door, I just need something, but I want it to be something that looks nice. This is an effortless, looks nice look. It's just great. And what's nice about these is they give you looks for different occasions, and by occasions isn't the word I'm looking for, but it's like a daytime look on your face is very different than a nighttime look, or a kind of edgier look. I don't know, if you like more sculpted, definitely, I wouldn't be wearing that to class, me personally. So you have the option with these, and I love that. So first of all, here is the, the Day Glow. Here's the Day Glow look, and it's really simple. The next look is the Classic Radiance look, and this is the look that I was talking about before, where they recommend that you mix your powder and cream products. Here they have you laying the, the powder blush over the cream blush, and I was a little skeptical about that because, like I said before, it just, the blending of the cream and the powder, sometimes it comes off streaky, and that just wasn't so with this look. And this last look, the Supermodel Sculpt, I'm actually wearing now. And it looks kind of intricate and complicated on the card, but it really wasn't. They make these steps so easy for you, it's just not even fun. And the other nice thing I found out when going through these cards is that you almost have an eye look. You have an illuminator, so if you wanted to do your brow bone, and they even recommend that you do your brow bone with some of the products. You could do the brow bone, the inner corner, you could put the peach or the cream on your eye to give it more of a natural look. You could extend this, I feel, into an entire face, like including your eyes, and to me that means so much. It makes a product so much more worthwhile and worth the money if it does more than what it says it does. I mean, it's great if it delivers on everything it says it does, but when it can go beyond that, it's just icing on the cake. As far as availability goes, it is available on the Too Faced website. I'll link that below. It's available on Ulta.com or in Ulta stores, and I'm not sure, but I think it is also available in Sephora. So I will put all those links in the bottom bar, as well as a blog post where I'll have the swatches and the pictures of the face in case you don't want to rewind and have to go back and find the swatches and, you know, you're just like, don't worry about it. I'll link to the blog post below where all the swatches will be lined up. You can zoom in, click on them, make them bigger. You can just see all the fine details, make it easy for you. So just to give you an overall take home, in case you couldn't tell from the rest of the video, I really love this palette. I think it's well worth the money, and I think it's really versatile. I think it's going to be a great staple for the summer and beyond that. The colors complement each other well, the textures complement each other well, which is really important to me when you have cream products mixing with powder products. The only downsides I could find with the product are the versatility in the colors. You know, the concealers might not match you, and overall, I don't think it's a palette for darker skin tones, although if you yourself have found that it works for you and you have darker skin, or you have found somebody else it works for who has darker skin, please feel free to share in the comments, because not having darker skin myself, it's hard for me to tell, but I would love it if you have found that. Otherwise, that is the only downside I have found with this product. Other than that, love it. Definitely worth it. I feel like it's a very versatile product. It's well worth the price tag, so I suggest you go and check it out. Maybe compare some swatches to your own skin tone and see if it's right for you. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in my next video.